Well, I'm seeing 100 of people excited to be here learning. I'm curious, why you're here? You might be interested in learning or education. You might just want to be inspired by something new. Or you are just friends or fans of one of the speakers. The important thing is you are here by your own choice. Please just imagine, one day you receive an email with authority which requests you to visit Otemachi for learning. This is your obligation. You have no choice. Don't be late and don't forget to submit a report about what you learned by next Wednesday. Are you still excited? No. No one is excited to have an obligation of learning. But this is what's exactly happening in the corporate world where I work as a learning consultant. In most cases, employees learn what they have to learn, not what they want to learn. So they learn like this. Project management, people management, corporate philosophy, these are important from the long-term perspective. But employees are busy with today and tomorrow matters. So all of my clients ask me the same question. How can we make them learn? But think about it. Is this happening just in a corporate situation? Think of your friends, families, junior associates, some lazy people who don't learn what they have to learn. So maybe you have the same question. Why you don't learn? This is learning that matters. So today, I'd like to introduce my experiences as a case study to explore this question further with you. Let me start by thinking about what learning that matters for a person. Definitely, it's defined by a person. Well, I want to do this more, or I want to know this more, I want to do this better. However, this spontaneous feelings, aspiration, or curiosity doesn't come with something for the future or something the person doesn't know yet. This is a difficult case. What can we do? The most common approach is explain the benefits of the learning. That's what we do. Does it work? No. Thank you. Recently, I sent a big PDF file to one of my team members. I explained how useful this is for his next project, and I told him to learn this 100 times. And this is after the project started. He came to me. Wow, I'm at a loss. This project is too difficult for me. And I said, well, did you read the chapter 1 of the book? And he said, I see, now I understand. And he started to print it out. Yes. Experience to feel the necessity does work as a trigger, for sure. But is he really learning out of curiosity? I don't think so. Let's go further a little bit with another example. Manager training. I deliver manager training as a trainer, and participants are all managers who believe that they are doing very good with management. So, although we request them to do e-learning as a pre-assignment, and learn about people management. On average, 1 out of 10 participants do the e-learning before the classroom training. However, after the 2-day classroom training, they come to me and say, now I want to do the e-learning. So please give me the access back. What happened to you? You are so passionate. Then let's see what happened to them. This is a report of questionnaire we take after the class. So participants rate each module by effectiveness. They learn lots of new skills like coaching or feedback skills. But number 1 is always the same. Receiving feedback survey. What is it? During the training, each of them receives a report about a survey about their management behaviors. And it is evaluated by their subordinates anonymously. So in the classroom, they see the scores and comments by their subordinates for the first time. And they think this moment is most effective in the whole training. This is all about self-reflection, and it causes the aspiration and curiosity. That's why they now want to do the e-learning. But this feedback survey is not the only way for the self-reflection. We sometimes ask a very simple question, like, how many times do you talk to your subordinates per week? Or how often do you give a positive feedback to your team? These questions should be answered by number. And they can compare numbers with each other and see, maybe I'm not doing so well as I thought. So this kind of self-reflection helps them to have the aspiration and curiosity. I want to learn this. I want to learn more. Now, people are motivated. They want to learn more about people management. So what happens to them? Firstly, 1 out of 10 participants did the e-learning. Now they are motivated. How did the figure change? No change. No one did the e-learning. But should we be disappointed? Think of your bookshelf at your room. Now, how many books do you have? You bought with passion to learn, just not opened yet. But you had the passion at the time, and at least these managers now have the passion. So the next question is, how can we keep the passion? Well, once they're inspired, we have a classic approach called learning buddies. It is proven that if you have a buddy to learn with, you can keep doing longer. But it is often also proven that learning buddies can easily disappear or lose their purposes. So what shall we do? We did some tests, and now we have one of the answers. It's called moderate tension. If we just leave the buddies, then they lose the purposes. And if they get too close, then it doesn't work either. Because they don't care about how they are seen by others anymore. It's not a learning buddies anymore, it's just a friends. So to keep the moderate tension, we give them milestones or challenges, or sometimes add new buddies to keep the tension. And through this, it is working. And one point is, you shouldn't monitor their learning activities, because if they're monitored, then the fun activities with buddies changes to the tasks to be completed. It's very boring. So this is how the body learning systems works. Now, let's get back to the first question. How can we make people learn? We know. No, we can't. People learn by themselves when they are inspired. So why don't we more focus on inspiring learners? And that shouldn't be pushing a process to be completed. But we could ask a question for self-reflection so that they can find a reason to learn. Well, what I talked here is nothing new, nothing so special. It's all well-known facts. Then, why do we still have the same question? It is easy to complain that learners are lazy. But is it true? Is there any possibility that we are lazy, choosing the easiest option to make people learn? If you shift a mind and start to work harder designing an experience of learners, then something happens. It doesn't need a technique or it doesn't need a specialty. It does need a little bit of self-reflection of yourself. Well, I'm one of the lazy learners who wants the world to be more kind for a learner. I hope my talk gave you a little inspiration. Thank you.